Happy Thanksgiving Eve, everyone. Hope everyone's having a wonderful holiday week so far. Thanksgiving being tomorrow. And you know me, as I am apt to do, I like to talk about the weather, and Thanksgiving is no different. And we'll actually talk a little bit about beyond Thanksgiving on what we can expect. And yes, as you can see, I'm wearing my Aggie gear. We got the big game against TU on Friday, Black Friday, as they say. So go Aggies, gig 'em. With that, let's get on into the weather. And again, thank you for joining us live. If you got comments or questions, just put them in the chat and I will definitely answer them the best I can. So let's just get right to it. So, tomorrow, what's tomorrow going to bring? Well, tomorrow's going to bring this. It's going to be a great Thanksgiving weather wise, Thanksgiving Day weather wise, I should say. So it's gonna be chilly, which is fine. It's supposed to be chilly for Thanksgiving. So we're gonna start out in the mid 30s for most of us, maybe 40 if you're in the heart of Dallas Fort Worth, but surrounding areas will be in the 30s. Way out west, you could even touch the freezing mark. I don't think we're gonna get freezing around here, but it's like I said, it's gonna start out chilly, but then it's gonna warm up into the mid 50s to 60s for most of us. It's just gonna be a really a perfect Thanksgiving day. Now that's going to start to change toward the end of the day tomorrow, but most of the day, certainly during the daylight hours, will be nice. Light winds, mostly sunny skies. So again, you just really couldn't ask for a better Thanksgiving day forecast. And if you've been around a while, you know that some of our Thanksgivings in the past have seen quite the weather extreme. We've seen snow and ice, really sleet in 1993, the infamous Dallas Cowboy Miami Dolphins game, the Leon Lett game, as we like to call it. And so we've seen some really extreme weather. Just last year, we had a high in the 80s. So that's no fun on Thanksgiving. So we can definitely have the extremes on Thanksgiving. And of course, as you know, Thanksgiving falls on a different day every year. But, again, it can be the weather can be really, really cold or really, really, really warm. And tomorrow is going to be just perfect at middle ground where it's going to be in the mid 50s to 60s. Perfect Thanksgiving weather. Now, beyond Thanksgiving, I think that's where things start to get interesting. So, probably I wouldn't be surprised late in the day tomorrow, but probably after dark, we'll start to see the moisture really increase. And then I don't think we'll see any rain tomorrow, but start going into Friday, but really into Friday night into Saturday is when the rain chances are really going to start to pick up. So if you're expecting a nice weekend like Thanksgiving is going to be, then you are out of luck, unfortunately. So this is going to impact travel plans when people come back from Thanksgiving. If you're coming back on Saturday or coming back into town on Sunday, you just watch out. It's going to be kind of rainy. No frozen stuff, not yet for the weekend, so you don't have to worry about that. But again, we're going to have this storm system move through. It's going to affect North Texas on Friday night, more Central and East Texas Saturday. You can kind of see there at the end of that, the tail end of that graphic there. There's a low end hail threat Saturday night, really down Waco, Palestine, clean way. Not really expecting that in Dallas Fort Worth, although you never know, things get crazy around here sometimes. But we're not really expecting a severe weather threat here in North Texas. Could see an inch of rain for most of us. Again, just a couple strong storms down in Central Texas, but even down there, I don't think it's going to be anything crazy. And then that kind of leads us, or then kind of it leads us into the start of next week. So December 1st is Monday, so the first day of December. And as you can tell in Dallas Fort Worth at the top left, you got Sherman, Waco, and Palestine. So as you can see, Sunday's not going to be too bad. Some of that rain that's going to be here on Saturday is going to clear out. We're going to have a cold front, a fairly strong cold front that's going to move through on Sunday morning, probably maybe late Saturday night, Sunday morning. That's really going to cool us down. It'll be the strongest front we've seen so far this year. You can see temperatures, you can see from the graphic at DFW down to 35, 32. But I think that may be just a tad warm. Most of the models we look at, certainly Sunday night, but probably Monday night for sure, it will be below freezing. So most of us got a freeze a couple weeks ago. But if you did not get a freeze where you were, most likely this will be the freeze, the killing freeze, as we call it from an agricultural standpoint. And hello, Jamerson. Cold morning. Yes, it was cold this morning. It's going to be even chillier tomorrow. But yeah, glad you were able to film. So next week, as you probably heard, there is a chance, quote unquote, for some frozen precipitation. I think we will see some, but I just don't think we're going to see anything in North Texas. But let's look at what the models say. Okay, so I had to search long and hard for this a model that showed any kind of frozen precipitation in Dallas Fort Worth. So this is one of the European models that we have, or not the European models. This is the German model, I think. And so this yellow color indicates a rain snow mix. And this is at 6 p.m. on Monday, December 1st. So again, I think the most critical time for any potential for frozen precipitation would be Monday evening, overnight into Tuesday morning. But let me emphasize again, it is not going to be some snowmageddon or ice mageddon or anything like that. Matter of fact, I would say most of us won't see any frozen precipitation. It'd be cold, but most of that's going to be up in Oklahoma, as you can see. So that's one model. Now, if you go to the European model, at that time, I think it clears that out. This is Monday. That's Monday at 10 a.m. Yeah, they don't really show much of anything in that time frame. We go to the GFS. Yeah, they have it all rain. By the way, the blue color here is rain. So like I said, I know it's probably hard to pick out, but that's 41 degrees. Now you see these 30s up in Oklahoma. I think now, and by the way, if you're traveling up there next week for pleasure or business or something, especially on Monday, they definitely could have some travel issues up there. Now, don't think it's going to be a blizzard or anything, but it's this is December, a little early for our neck of the woods to see any frozen precipitation. But I just don't see it here. Now, again, the models could change, no doubt, but I just don't see much in the way of trending to where we'd see any kind of impacts at all. Now, again, this is that time period, Monday, Tuesday is more than 48 to 72 hours, as we like to say, out. So models tend to really go wishy-washy after 48 hours. So we could, we could see this front come through a little stronger than we think. I don't really think it's going to be warmer than we think. And probably the main takeaway from this front is just going to be the colder temperatures. Like I said, this front is forecast to be the strongest cold front we've seen this season so far. Now it's early in the season, of course, but it's still going to be the coldest temperatures we've seen. I think when you're talking starting Sunday night, Monday morning, but especially Monday morning, Tuesday morning, Monday night, Tuesday morning is probably when we'll see the peak of the cold. And I wouldn't be surprised to see temperatures in the 20s for most of us Tuesday morning, maybe mid to upper 20s. It's definitely going to be cold, that's for sure. Something else we can look at here. Let me get rid of this. And we'll go to a point forecast, and we will go here. And I like to show this because it's not graphical, but it's more text based. So I can highlight some things. And so, again, this takes all the models, and most like some of the short term models don't go past Saturday right now. So that's why it's not really very, there's no consensus in the models about what it's going to do. Like I said, I think it's going to be chilly no matter what, but this, as far as frozen precipitation, probably not a whole lot of that. But if I can move my highlighter, so we'll just go to Monday. Well, we'll go to Sunday at 3 p.m. Most of the models have us in the the lower to mid 40s. Monday morning, would be in the 40s. Now, here's what's funny though. It's just like Monday morning, we have two models that have us 39, 40, 37, 32, 40. So again, that's kind of an outlier, 39. So I think the 32 one is a little bit of an outlier, but it does show it's going to be cold. And then on Monday afternoon, that's when we'll probably see another chance of rain. Not anything heavy, but it's something that to be on the lookout for, especially if you're commuting on Monday. Now Tuesday morning, this is midnight Tuesday. Again, the precipitation should be tapering out by then, but you see temperatures in the 30s, even the 28 there. And then as we get on into Wednesday, it'll start to warm back up into the 50s for highs. So there was a couple models back last week that showed some really cold air moving into North Texas Tuesday, Wednesday, but it just doesn't seem like it's going to be the case as far as being really cold on those days. 50% chance of rain. Could there be another cold front? Another cold front? Yes, there will be another cold front with this round of rain this weekend, and that cold front's going to push through Sunday, probably maybe late Saturday night, Sunday morning, and that's going to start to really cool us off. Like I said, Monday will be a rather raw day, I would think, temperatures in the 40s, and then Tuesday won't be a whole lot better, and then Wednesday will start to warm up a little bit again if these models hold up the way we think. Okay, so with that, let me just do a quick recap on, especially if you joined us late. So tomorrow can be a great Thanksgiving Day weather-wise. Gonna be chilly, temperatures in the 30s for most of us. Gonna warm up into the 50s, maybe 60 if you're in the heart of Dallas Fort Worth. Light winds, sunny skies. So it is definitely going to be um, a nice Thanksgiving Day weather-wise, but won't last too long. Starting on Friday, especially into Friday night, Saturday, we're going to see showers, thunderstorms. Some of those storms could be strong down in central Texas Saturday afternoon. And then the first part of the week on Monday, especially, it's going to be just rainy and cold. And yes, Jamerson, the rest of next week looks cold for the most part. Yeah, it's going to feel more like December. That is for sure. All right. So I don't see anything else in the chat. I really appreciate everybody tuning in. Like I said, just wanted to come on, give a quick update with the weather. Have a holiday. A lot of people are traveling. So I will say this: if you are traveling anywhere in Texas, you will be okay. As far as anywhere else, let me just pull this up real quick. I don't know that we have a lot of big. Let's actually do up. Let's see. Go here. And yeah, we had some. As you probably have heard, we had some lake effect snows up in the Great Lakes. So if for some reason you're going to be heading up that way, if you're not there already, then definitely look out for that. But as you can see, most of the continental U.S. For the next couple of days, at least today and tomorrow and Friday. But this little swirl right here, you can see is that's what's going to be moving our way. Matter of fact, I could probably put that in motion. And yep, and kind of skip some. But there's our showers that we talked about with the rain, the cold front coming through. And then, as I mentioned, most of the snow will be up in Oklahoma, even Kansas, and through Wednesday. And temperature-wise, back this up. That's where we're at right now in the 40s. Saturday over tomorrow in the 50s. Same thing for Friday. All be wet. Saturday will be 64. It would be a little bit. Now there's 35. You can see this cold air with this front coming in. And it's not going to penetrate too much. It's just going to be chilly for Monday and Tuesday. And actually, I am on the wrong screen, so I apologize about that. There we go. Okay. Well, I'll believe everything I said. Um, but like I said, let me back this up just a little bit. So Friday in the 50s, that is Sunday morning, Sunday afternoon in the 40s, Monday in the 40s, Tuesday in the 40s, Wednesday will warm up a little bit, Thursday's back in the 40s. So as you can tell, it's going to be rather chilly the next week, starting on Sunday through most of next week. Not anything crazy cold, at least not the way these models are predicting it, but it should be chilly. It'll definitely feel like December, that's for sure. All right, I don't see anything else in the chat, so I am going to sign off. Again, I hope everyone has a wonderful Thanksgiving. Hopefully, you get time to spend with your friends and family. Eat as much as you want tomorrow. Nothing you eat tomorrow counts for anything. No calories or anything. And then watch some football. And then on Friday, of course, there'll be college football on Friday and Saturday. And yes, rooting for my Aggies as I always do. Hopefully, they will come out with a victory. And we shall all have fun if that happens. Well, those of you rooting for the Aggies, I should say. Uh, Everybody watching, hope your college football team wins, except for one, and I think you know what I mean. Okay, well, I really appreciate everybody tuning in, and as always, I'm watching the weather, so you don't have to. Again, hope everybody has a happy Thanksgiving, and we will talk to you soon.